Gentleman's Game here. Today I'm going to give you an insight on 5 simple ways you can increase your overall attractiveness. I chose this specific list because everything I'm about to mention on this list are things that can be applied by anyone, regardless of how inexperienced you are in dating or relationships. So let's jump right into it. The first strategy you need to implement is to rethink how you treat rejection. Way too many guys take rejection personally, as some sort of indicator about how unattractive they are. Instead, learn to treat rejection as the blessing in disguise that it really is. Because the simple and unavoidable fact of life is that not every girl will be into you. Again, this is simply life. But most of the time, the reason will have nothing at all to do with you. And I'll tell you this, from personal experience, a rejection is so much better than a girl leading you on and wasting your time. Like you're following a trail of breadcrumbs that lead to nowhere. When a girl rejects you, what you should interpret that is, your value is wasted on me. You should give it to someone else instead. And again, you should welcome that honesty every time over having your time wasted. And also, when you react badly to a rejection, say you start getting angry or jealous, you show her just how weak you are, that you're low value. In fact, you'd have a much higher likelihood of taking her out to a date if you just took the rejection on the chin, showing her that you simply don't care. The last thing you want to do is to start trying to argue or reason with her as to why she should choose you. It's needy, and honestly just creepy. And finally, just remember that sometimes when you get rejected, it means not yet. Not necessarily no and that's final. However, if you keep repeatedly getting a no not yet, then it may well be her final decision. You just have to be able to tell the difference. Now, the second strategy you need to implement is to learn to get comfortable in sexual settings, and to not self-sabotage yourself. Most men find their way into the seduction community because they're either alienated from women or have had bad experiences. This is something you will have to overcome. Some women will do everything in their power to make your life miserable because they're miserable themselves. Don't chase girls who you know are bad investments. Don't try to fix broken situations. They're usually broken for a reason, even if you only figure it out years after the fact. Women judge how successful a man is with women based on a man's expectations. If you're believing and expecting the worst in women, she'll read that as you being a bitter and lonely person. If you expect better, then she'll see you as a man whose expectations are worth meeting. So don't self-sabotage your success by letting your past baggage cloud your mindset, or else you'll really be in a downward spiral. Now, before I jump into the third strategy to implement, a quick shout out from the sponsors of today's video, Tiege Hanley. If you do find yourself struggling to get dates, your looks can be a factor why, especially your skin. And these guys have really helped me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process straightforward and uncomplicated. Honestly, it's probably the best skincare system out there for guys like you. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Another great part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really make the process of achieving and maintaining your skincare routine amazingly easy. I've been using their products for a little while now and I'm hooked. It might sound weird, but I look forward to my morning and evening routines because I just feel good. I feel more confident after using their products. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including 25% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, and you can pause or cancel at any time, and you get free US shipping. If you're outside the US, they offer low-cost shipping to most countries. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering you guys a special deal. Just click the first link in the description, and not only will you get Tiege Hanley for the best possible price, but they'll also give you a free gift with your first box. Click that link and get started for just $25 if you're ready to up your skincare game and become a more attractive version of yourself. Now, the third strategy you need to implement is to cultivate your options. This is absolutely essential in today's dating world, because the truth is, most attractive women these days have lots of options, even if they're not single. Between online dating apps, men sliding into their DMs on social media, to guys catcalling her when she walks down the street, she knows there won't be a shortage of guys to give her attention. And the thing is, the high-value guys that these attractive women deal with have options too. Now, a lot of guys become disillusioned and cynical with this dating reality. They feel that the dating pool is overly narcissistic, and to an extent, they have a point. Many people nowadays treat their romantic prospects as disposable. They burn or ghost people that they're not into. This is simply a reality that you'll need to be prepared for. And the best way to prepare for the game is to learn how to play the game. After all, it's a lot easier to say to yourself, this girl is being disrespectful. You know what, I don't need this shit. I'm gonna spend my time with someone who actually values me. When you have options. Now, having options doesn't mean you need to be sleeping or dating 4 to 5 women at once. It just means that you don't put all your eggs in one basket, that you're at least willing to talk to a few girls here and there so that you'll be way less needy. Number 4, practicing Stoicism. I've briefly spoken on this topic before, but Stoicism is a tool that's extremely underutilized in the dating game. See, when you overreact to something like a rejection, or a girl taking a day to respond to your texts, it makes you look weak. Wanna know why? Because it is weak. It demonstrates to her and to other people that you have a victim mentality, that you don't have self-discipline to respond appropriately to situations. If you want to keep a cool head in dating, which is pivotal in being smooth, Stoicism will help you greatly. Basically, adopting the attitude that nothing is too big of a deal and embracing the pain and hardship of putting yourself out there, and being willing to embrace the grind without complaining. This takes mental strength, something that's inherently attractive to women. It's actually far better, in fact, to underreact and undersell your emotions. What women look for in men is their reaction to things, especially herself. If you don't have control over your reactions, you're an open book. And there certainly is a time and place for passion and vulnerability and being an open book, but it's like sex. If you spend all your time in the bedroom, your relationship would be a diet of nothing but pure sugar. Look to adopt an even-keeled perspective when it comes to how you talk to and flirt with women. Don't take anything too seriously. Let go, have fun, and be okay with the outcome. Under this stoic lens, dating becomes easy. And finally, number 5, getting comfortable enforcing boundaries. Boundaries can be a tricky thing because too much makes a relationship all about control, and that never ends well. While on the other hand, no boundaries also never ends well because your needs won't be met. The secret is knowing what you value in the opposite sex and knowing what you can't tolerate. Self-awareness. Otherwise, you'll constantly find yourself unable to handle simple situations with a girl, such as when she tests you. You have to know what you're willing to take a stand for. For example, if she's texting on her phone constantly when you're on a date with her and it's bothering you, speak up. Call her out on it, not in an aggressive way, but in a self-assured way. Make it clear that something's bothering you, but in a friendly way, not an accusatory way, so that the other person can save some face. This way, if the behavior continues, you'll know it's either deliberate or a symptom of some kind of character flaw. And finally, when you do make a decision that someone has crossed a line, act decisively, unapologetically, and do not back down until there's at least been a serious correction and some accountability. Women do not like it when men are pushovers, because if you can't stand up to her, you won't stand up for her either. A great resource on reinforcing boundaries that I suggest you check out is the book No More Mr. Nice Guy by Robert Glover. So that's it for the video, and to summarize, today we talked about 5 habits that you can implement that will overall increase your level of attractiveness to women, which are number 1, rethinking rejection, number 2, avoiding self-sabotage, number 3, cultivating your options, number 4, practicing Stoicism, and number 5, getting comfortable enforcing boundaries. If you take some time to reflect on how you can incorporate these habits into who you are, then you will inevitably become a high-value guy that women can't get enough of. As always, give this video a like if you found it helpful, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because next week I got more heat coming through in the pipeline. Peace.